Or you will lose it.
that I can charge with?
Blake, your order's up.
Oh, I should have. I'm good. I'm back. What are we at? Dennis 1, Scott 0. 17 to 21. To 17. It's gonna be a long day 3, I think. I don't think either one of these guys is gonna run away with any amount of games here. They're both playing a real, definitely passive, real safe today. Jason Sward's going to join us. How you doing today, Jason?
A little better. Looks like Scott's in the right frame of mind today.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Seems to be Dennis doing a much better job of keeping his chalk up so he's not getting the table all dirty on him. He's not flustering Scott today.
Well, that ball turned off the end round big time.
Yeah, it did.
Do you have any rope?
Yeah, it was really important for Scott to come out and take the first game.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, pretty unfortunate in the second game for Dennis to pull it out, and then Scott comes back with an 8 and out. So, it really is very, very important for Scott to stay positive today.
No fluids or nothing. The police aren't going to come.
He lost all of his confidence yesterday, and he was beginning to be negative about everything, whether it be the ball skidding or the table rolling off.
That's just one of the worst things you can do to yourself when it comes to this game, too. You get negative on yourself like that, you get negative about everything, and it makes everything so tough.
Yeah, especially when you're jarred and you're anticipating, you're playing your shots to like there's going to be a skid instead of playing the shot like you're going to make the ball or execute. You start trying to adjust. Scott uses a lot of inside English and he rolls a lot of balls, so it's going to have more tendency to skid than Dennis because Dennis, strikes the ball a little firmer.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. I mean, in a game like this, I was talking to Jeff just a while ago, you're slow rolling so much and you're playing for such precise shape that your slow roll and a skid is just going to show and happen so much easier than if we're playing on a bar box, playing 8 ball, 9 ball, or 10 ball or something. We hit the ball a lot firmer. It's the first time I've ever experienced one pocket like this, though, and this is something else. It's more than just the game that's right here at the table right now. The grind for 3 days to be able to play consistently well for 3 days and play for, how many hours did they play yesterday? They started at 3 o'clock, they were done at midnight?
Yeah, and I anticipate today will be a longer day.
Way longer, yeah.
It really depends. I mean, it doesn't have to be way longer if Dennis, if we see the same trend as yesterday. But for Scott's sake, it has to be a long day for Scott because, he's got to get 13 more games from here. But before Dennis gets 9, so
that's very easy. He did that day 1. He got 13 of the final 10 games.
Well,
in day 1 to come back, or 10. 10. Yeah, 10 of the final 13. Sorry.
Yeah, and he dropped down 5-0. It really is. This match has come down to Scott's confidence and his demeanor at the table. Obviously it's a whole new type of pressure when you got to play 4 days against somebody like Dennis's caliber. he's firing banks frozen to the end rail, and he's firing cut shots in from the end rail. It's just
Can't make any mistakes. You got to play perfect.
Yeah, I mean, you have to do and your cue ball has to be perfect all the time.
All the time.
He's always finding a shot where you don't think there is one. Just like him cutting the ball. Look at this shot.
Yeah, he cut the ball, and I mean, Scott missed shape barely. He got an eighth of an inch on the backside of the 8-ball on that game, and it cost him 5 balls. Dennis got 5 balls off of it.
And then Scott went 2 rails out of the corner, banked the ball to his side, and froze it to a ball and got Dennis dead straight in.
Yeah.
But then he puts Dennis in the corner for a cut off the spot. A back cut, not a. And Dennis just
for the second time he tried it. He practiced. He tried it once, missed it, and he let him try it again, and he made it.
But that shot, you don't see a lot of one pocket players take that shot, because if you hit it a little thick, you're going to scratch.
I'm not familiar enough with one pocket to even know. So is that not something that was that an aggressive shot for him to?
Super aggressive.
Yeah, for him to shoot that.
Most people just cross the ball and play it up.
Okay.
But they're
cross the ball and play it up, put it back up, put it back up here.
Yeah, but the majority of the players aren't as accurate as Dennis. So when you're Dennis, you can shoot that ball.
Okay.
But the second time Dennis shot it, it was pretty free, because the two rail scratch in the top left hand corner was gone because the 9-ball was there. So there's a couple things you got to worry about on that shot. You got to worry about hitting the ball too thick and scratching, or coming 2 rails out of the corner and scratching. Top left.
Okay.
Yeah, so he executed perfectly. He hit the ball perfect and made the ball and took the game. So that's kind of the clash of the two styles here.
I thought that Scott was the more aggressive player and Dennis would be the more safe player.
That's not the case at all.
No.
I mean, Scott does play aggressive, but Scott's not going to shoot the balls. He's not going to shoot the shots that Dennis is going to shoot, because Dennis is so accurate at striking the cue ball. And Scott has more of a mover's mentality. Now he does play power, try to power balls to his side, and plays a lot of balls off the stack, and does aggressive type things in situations that he can get away with it. But just like yesterday, the closing game, I know everybody's talking about that game all over the internet, but Scott makes a great shot to reverse a fairly decent break from Dennis, and leaves him on the end rail doubled up, and Dennis had no other option other than to shoot, because Scott had all the balls splattered all over his hole, and Dennis jacks up, hits the combo, and runs 8 and out to get to 20 yesterday. I mean, it was absolutely an amazing finish.
Yeah, he was ready to finish yesterday and be done for the day. He wanted some rest, it looks like. He's ready to go, though. They both are. They both are just...
Dennis is taking a good look down at this 1 ball.
Yeah. See if it goes.
He can make the ball. I think he has to throw it just a hair, but I think he's going to find something else.
It seems like that's been his other option. Both of the other options. They're not going for the first aggressive shot. They're trying to play safe, letting the other one try to make a mistake and keep control of the table.
This game has the potential of taking a while. You got the 11 and the 15 ball tied up. 5 and the 9 don't bank for Dennis. Dennis has 3.
Get him right behind that 3. Oh, I don't think he wanted to go past it. He wanted to sit right behind it, didn't he?
Oh, and this is a shot here that Scott's gonna do.
What's he looking at here?
He really doesn't. Can't lose much if he gets the cue ball underneath the 9. Let's see. I mean, he's going to shoot the ball.
He wants to try to make his ball and freeze him up behind the 9.
He's going to go to his hole just
right
like
up
this.
to it, right up on the 5.
He doesn't
Nice
want
shot,
he doesn't want to be jacked up. Like I said, that shot was pretty free, but the cue ball came out a little bit more than he wanted to. Dennis would have been able to shoot at the 6 ball. This is where day 1 and 2, Scott was not able to capitalize on opportunities like this.
He needs to
It's just-
capitalize
yeah,
here.
and Dennis has been making these balls. That
Skid
ball
on him.
skidded on him.
Yeah, dude, he still made
But he hit it pure. He hit it pure. And I can tell you right now, Scott's mentality coming into today's match is, we got the problem fixed. We got Dennis. Dennis was flipping the chalk upside down
Yeah.
and setting it down, and it was
only
creating,
that, but
it was
he's-
creating a lot of dirt on the table, and that's why we were seeing so many skids. But the one thing that myself and Scott talked about, he can't have that mindset. He can't have that state of mind when he goes in. So.
He seems to be using a lot more hand powder as well today, or a lot less, today too.
Yeah, Dennis went to the glove for a while, and then he's back to the hand powder.
Obviously, he's real picky about the feel of his cue.
Well,
But he doesn't want that moisture.
it comes down to a lot of that. This guy's got to be careful here. He can still shoot the 7 ball though, but it comes down to Dennis's background. He's playing in the Philippines where everything's hot and humid, everything's sticky. A lot of tables are outdoors, or they're in a building where the doors are open and it's extremely humid.
I've seen that on YouTube. Never been out there like you guys have, but I've seen the videos. They're playing and there's chickens and tuk-tuks.
Oh man, yeah, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
But that's the reason why they all.
It's quiet here compared to what they play under.
Oh yeah, the conditions. You will notice that the conditions do not. The conditions do not bother Filipinos at all.
No, they just
they just get up and play.
yeah,
Every single one of
they
them.
stay in their world. Their composure is real good. This is quiet for him. He feels like he's in a library compared to what he's used to playing at home. You get some players in the United States complain when somebody is walking across the next table next to them, being too loud.
Yeah, when you're in the Philippines, you have to ask people to move so you can get down over the ball.
I saw one video where the seats were seriously up against the wall and they had to move every time the player came by to shoot. They couldn't sit there, they had to get up. That's how close they were to the table, like they were over the table.
And
What's our ball count here? 4-2? 4-2 Scott?
yeah, Scott kind of manufactured some balls there. That was
Yeah, he did.
very good shooting from Scotty.
There wasn't. Dennis
didn't have
didn't
a
give
whole
him a
lot.
lot. No, he didn't
Yeah,
give him a
yeah.
lot, but he took what he got out of it.
The opening shot wasn't easy.
I know that 3 ball.
And then he came with a long shot, and he made a nice cut on the
That
7
7 ball too. Yeah.
So, and this is what we were talking about yesterday. It's very advantageous for Scott to get the balls up table just because he's more familiar with the game. And not only that, if Dennis comes with a shot, it won't necessarily, it could because it's Dennis, but it won't necessarily cost him the rack. When you get all the balls in play, all the balls are down here, around the spot, and you got balls fanned one way or the other. Dennis is a favorite to run out.
Yeah.
So it puts the amount of pressure. You have to understand the amount of pressure that it puts on a player.
That's what I was just getting ready to
No.
ask you about. Actually, what do you think? What do you think about the pressure coming up day 4 tomorrow? I mean, how important is it here that Scott not only, hopefully for his sake, gets the lead back, but at least closes the gap to make it close? Because day 4, I can only imagine what the pressure is going to be like. It's really setting in. It's the final day. They're going to have to. Somebody's winning. It's not going home and going to bed and coming back and playing tomorrow. It's over with tomorrow.
I can just tell you this right now. If Scott Frost keeps the mentality and he stays positive like he has up to this point, and he doesn't let the outside things control his mindset, then watch the scratch here. If Scott stays in the same state of mind that he's in right now, where he's just 100% on the table, he's not worried about somebody clapping in the stands, he's not worried about the chalk, he's not worried about what Dennis is doing, he just takes care of what he needs to do, then we're going to see an unbelievable day 4. Because even though it felt like Dennis dominated yesterday, and he absolutely did, but Scott was in at least 4 of those games that he lost yesterday were Scott's games.
Yeah.
So if Scott just takes care of the things that he can take care of, he's going to close this gap today.
Yeah.
Because you have to think of it. There's a lot of pressure coming into today for, obviously for Scott, but
both of them,
almost just as much for Dennis, because Dennis has got to, he knows that.
Dennis, like, I got a 5-game lead for the second time. I got to hold this lead and not let him come back here.
Yeah,
Can he hold the freezer off is the question.
And he's pricked the bull, and he
Yep.
knows that Scott's backed up to a wall coming into day 3, and he has to bounce back or he's done.
Yeah. Yeah, if he doesn't play strong today, going into day 4, he could be so far behind that it's going to be...
Yeah, it's very important that he doesn't have to close the full 5-game gap today, but it's very, very important that he doesn't go in down 5 games.
30
can't
to
play
28,
if he can close it to a 2 or 3 game gap, obviously if he's down 3 games, he's still a slight underdog, but he was, a decent sized underdog coming into today. So it's just very, very important that he wins today, whether it be by 2 games or 3 games. Obviously he'd like to tie it up, but
wants to at least win the overall today.
Yeah, he has to close the margin just a little bit so he's in striking distance, because if he doesn't get to 31st today, he's gonna have to hold Dennis off of 10.
It will do him a favor come tomorrow.
It means he's gonna,
a little bit less pressure on him.
If he has to win 15-9 or something like that, it's tough.
Yep.
Whatever it is, he's got to hold Dennis to 9 tomorrow if Dennis gets to 31st today.
He's got to win 13 before Dennis wins 9, and I think he can do that.
So we have the wedge worked here. We'll see if Dennis knows how to operate it. I'm fairly confident he's gonna.
What do you mean?
So all the balls are wedged in one hole. So
okay.
We're gonna see a lot of defense up and down, side to side, but.
And this is when the balls can cluster up at the top of the table. It can really lengthen the game, right?
This shot right here is very, very risky for Dennis. I'm not sure exactly what he's doing. I would expect, him just to play off the left side of the 1 ball and bring the cue ball back up table. I'm not sure exactly what he's looking at here. Okay, so he was trying to make the 5 ball and get the 4 ball up table a little bit.
To get 2 balls down table.
But with a 9-1 covered like it is here, Scott's going to be able to play this 11 ball to his side and put Dennis right back where he's at.
Touch.
That wasn't the best result for Scott. He was wanting to get it a little bit lower, I believe.
A little bit more behind the 9 ball?
No, a little bit lower, so he can cue the ball with low or whatever. But since it got by the side pocket, if he has a certain angle, he's not going to be able to cue the ball the way he wants to. Obviously, I don't think Dennis is going to leave him up table, but.
And that's really being able to shoot over balls and bridge over balls in this game seems to be real critical.
Being able to reach and shoot with both hands and all the little things that.
Yeah, there's always going to be a stack or balls in your way. You're always going to be shooting around object balls, it seems like.
Yeah, because you're going to be frozen to the balls a lot, just like this. I'm not sure what Dennis. It looks like he may be looking at 2-rail on the 15 to his side, but that's a risky shot with the 9 and 1. They both go in Scott's hole, but they don't go in Dennis's. I'm not sure. See what he does with the cue ball here. But another reason he wanted to get the 11 ball a little lower, and by he, I mean Scott, is now the ball doesn't bang.
Oh, okay.
A little bit more in the middle of the table, you know what I mean? Just not as close to the long rail.
So what got you guys inspired to do this match?
Well, it's just we were always trying to set up something for the fans to watch, and we enjoyed it. Me and a bunch of guys I work with took a little break from work and helped put it together. And it's a big part of the match was Dave Coles and all the sponsors that stepped up and allowed to provide a free stream for everybody. We didn't want 500 or 600 people to be able to watch this match. We wanted everybody to be able to watch it. So
I'm so glad you say that. You guys, I was in the room with you guys when we were doing the pre-match interviews, and you guys said a lot that hit home with me because I'm back in Denver, Colorado, doing the exact same stuff. You know, trying to stream free pool. I'm not making my people pay for it for the same reason. I mean, how do you make people pay for something when it's not mainstream yet? You got to be able to give it to them for free, get their attention, let them enjoy it, let them experience what it's like before you can even charge them for it. I think all the pay-per-view streamers that are charging so much for pool you're only getting the mainstream people that want to watch pool, the true pool fans, not the people that don't know anything about it. You want to get the people that don't know anything about it, educated about it, get them involved, get them excited. The juniors programs, you know, like Scott's doing at his new location, he's going to open, things like that.
Yeah, you know, not only that, the game of one pocket is something, if you're not an avid fan of pool, it can be a very boring game to watch, but once you understand the strategy involved in it, and you understand that, you know, that it takes every part of the game to be able to play this game. You got to be able to bank the balls, you got to have a good cue ball, you know, so...
Good cue ball. Like, good cue ball, you're going to get beat. You need to have amazing cue ball to play this game. You have to be able to lock people up, not just set them in a vicinity. I've been watching Scott going on day 3 now, and I see why they call him the freezer. His ability to put his opponent, freeze him on the rail constantly is an understatement.
Yeah, and you know, the other thing is about the game of one pocket is you have so many different disciplines of the game involved in it, but more than just that, it takes a mind to be able to play this game as well, you know.
Strong mind.
Yeah,
yes.
But rotation, you can just develop the skill set. You don't have to really be it helps to be a savvy player, but you don't have to be a savvy player to be great at the game.
You can hit your zone and follow a pattern over and over and over again and play the same pattern. Yeah.
And you see so many things come into play with 9-ball as the players evolve to, you know, what they have today, where the rack means so much and where they rack the balls. You see pattern racking, soft breaking. You have the templates coming in where, you know, they just set up patterns and soft break and everything's just dink and dunk to get out. This game requires, you know, it requires a lot of skill outside of the break. I mean, the break's a big part of this game, just like it is in every other game, but it really means you have to be able to do every aspect of the game to be a good one-pocket player.
Kicking and banking especially, like I see more balls banked and kicked in this game than any other.
Yeah, I mean, and Dennis has really put on a clinic as far as banking the balls. Long rail, frozen, you know, it doesn't matter to him. He just he strikes the ball so pure that he really has put on a clinic on the straight backs. I mean, It's been unbelievable. And yesterday he hit a 3-railer to win the game. The 3-railer that everybody says you shouldn't shoot, but it's these type of shots that are going to get Dennis in trouble. And granted, Dennis has to be pretty aggressive here down in ball count with all the balls wedged, but Scott's.
You guys have another match you guys are eyeing already?
No, but that shot right there is going to cost Scott at least one. He wasn't trying to hit the 1 ball. He was trying to either come above it or below it and take the cue ball back over to where the 1 ball is. There's no doubt Dennis is shooting here.
Yeah, yes.
I think we'll see him go up and down and try to get back down on the 2 ball. Bank the 2 ball.
Yeah, he can cut this ball, no problem. For sure. Coming back. I think he's planning for his 3rd ball. He's already thinking about making the 15 and getting behind the 2. And he's thinking about what he's going to do after the 2 ball. He's so methodical. I like watching him play because
it's pretty tough to hold this ball. I don't know. He's looking away from the shot.
Yeah, he is. He's thinking.
I think he's looking at the angle if he
gets up there.
It looks like he's maybe trying to get in behind these balls. I'm not sure. He's looking at maybe the angle off of the 2 ball. I'm not sure exactly what he's looking at here, but. obviously the most important thing is just to pocket the ball, and he'll be able to have options. Yeah, he did just that. He tried to go 2 rails. He's not going to like it here, I don't think. No.
What he said was cracking me up because I keep thinking about it.
He used just a hair of outside English there. He was trying to avoid the 9 ball, but
I'm going to delete it from my pictures again.
Scott's got to feel pretty fortunate about that. Hair only costing him 1 ball. That was a weak shot from Dennis. He leaves a bank for Scott.
I can't believe he only got 1 ball out of that. I really expected him to get more.
Yeah, and Scott has 2 options here. He can either shoot the 4 ball or the 2. I think we're going to see him go with the 4. It's because he can get his cue ball better. He's not gonna, if he banks the 2 ball, he's going to lose his cue. Double kissed.
Double kissed it.
This game here is going to come down to who manages the stack or the wedge the best.
And you call it the wedge because it's wedged up in the corner.
Yeah.
Is why you call it that?
Yeah.
Okay. It's good to get that lingo.
The Varner wedge.
The Varner wedge. I've learned some new one pocket terms. A move. I didn't understand what a move was, and now I've learned that.
You've seen a lot of moves.
Yeah, a lot of moves. A lot. I think it's really remarkable, just the pure pool player, the cue sportsman that Dennis is. He'll beat you on a bar box, big table, it doesn't matter. He'll play any game, and he can play any game well.
Yeah, Dennis's background is, he comes from nothing, and I think he said that in his interview.
Fisherman.
Here he is, 7 years old, and he has to go out on a boat and fish to feed his family and his brothers. And a big shout out to his brother Julius, unbelievable guy.
He told me he started playing because his grandfather was going out playing, and it got him interested, and he wanted to start playing so he could be good to help support the family.
And there's a big write-up about Dennis and ESPN about how he left, went to Manila with little to no money. And, he really is feared in the Philippines. It's amazing. You go to the Philippines and you go to Manila, and there's literally just 20 or 30 guys that are all elite pool players. And when I say elite, we were over there with Skylar Woodward, and these guys were lining up ready to play. And that's just what they do over there. The difference between the American pool and the Philippine pool in the Philippines is the top level players, Johan Chua, Jeffrey DeLuna, Jericho Benares, all these guys, they're playing each other on a daily basis. They have these Jeffrey Ignacio, all these guys.
Do you think that's part of the reason why they're so good?
Yeah,
I mean, come on. Yeah.
Warren Kiamco and Roberto Gomez, those guys, when they're home,
they're matching up with
they're in the
World
grease
Cup.
all the time.
All the time.
And not only that, a match, there would be this many people on a nightly basis at a match in the Philippines.
Yeah.
And here we are, a match that has
Takes
been,
$200,000 in the middle to get people like this to show up in the United States.
and it's still not near as many people as it should be. Now, granted, the game of one pocket, I don't think is going to draw the amount of fans as if you had like a Shane Van Boning or one of those guys playing rotation, because people understand it. Somebody that's just a pool league player they don't really understand this game because they're used to playing bar table 8 ball,
Correct.
bar table 9 ball. So they, Scott doesn't understand what Dennis is doing here, but I don't see
Banking
how.
the 11?
How do you not just take the 4 ball out here some way? No, I think he was looking at banking the 2 ball and sliding the cue ball up.
Changed his mind.
So yeah,
he was getting impatient there for a second. It looked like he wanted to bank that ball.
Yeah, another ball out of play there.
Yeah.
So we're in for a long one here.
Yeah, we are. Well, back to that topic. That's something that really makes pool different here in the United States than it does other countries around the world. Just like you said, that I've been streaming live matches on the internet in Denver, and it's been, you can say, difficult at least to be able to get the players to agree and want to match up even for a few $100s, let alone 200,000. All the conditions have to be absolutely right for them to want to be able to play. It's not like you said, you go to the Philippines and all these guys are just matching up with each other just to play, to get better. Competition.
That shot right there really surprised me that Scott went into the stack there.
I made that ball, yeah.
Well, nothing really good comes of it because he knows he's leaving the cue ball down on the end rail.
And
That ball
shot.
skidded a little bit on Dennis.
Still popping. And he's going to get to the 5 ball. He's going to get 2 balls out of this.
I mean, he could possibly get back down on the 4 ball. You might even see him try to draw into it off the end rail, and then, or he could even just draw the cue ball over to the long rail and then slide back down. But I think we're probably going to see him slow roll this ball. Yeah. So Dennis takes a 5-4 lead in this game with a layup here. He's going to want to get up table and get on the 2 ball next. The 2 ball cross corner. Hits it perfect. Good speed from Dennis. Dennis has really put on a clinic here for 2.5 days on how to bank the balls.
Yeah, he has. I haven't seen him miss a lot.
And Scott's got to be very, very frustrated after this turn of events. Now all of a sudden Scott's down 7-4. He needs all the balls. They're up in the corner, out of play, all because he ran the cue ball into the wedge and
And pocketed that 5 ball, right?
Yeah, there wasn't there in that. Yeah, he pockets a 5 ball, puts that ball in play, and then sells out the 1. And now all of a sudden, now he needs every ball that he's been forcing out of play. So it was one of those things. He had a ball lead. He fought to get the balls up table. He makes 1 error, and here Dennis comes with a good shot on the 1 ball. That was no bargain. And then he gets perfect on the 5 to lay up for the bank on the 4. Gets on the 2 ball, which it was not an easy bank. So Scott right
down
now,
table now.
Scott's hoping that he shoots at this one, jacked up over these balls.
Yeah, he really needs Dennis to make a mistake here.
Yeah, I'm really surprised that Dennis isn't trying to do something to get that ball out of play.
Dennis plays smart.
Yeah, I mean, Scott's going to probably try to make the 9 ball here and leave him jacked up. Scott's got to he's got to make these balls in the pocket and get them in play because he can't win the game.
Mike, your food's up.
See how you...
Keep him on the head rail up there. Get another ball in play down here.
Well,
It's the only chance he's got.
He's just keep him frozen to the rail and keep distance on Dennis.
Okay.
Dennis is just going to fan these balls toward his hole and go back up table.
Push him towards his pocket and come back up. Tough position in a game like this, being when your opponent only needs 1 ball like that. Leaves you little room for aggression.
See, so you notice Scott there, he tried to play the 14 ball to his side and then get cover using the 9 ball. He's just trying to work the balls to where he can make them.
Okay.
Dennis has to be careful here to not give up a bank. So he's just going to try to pocket the 8 ball and leave him jacked up on the 11. Did just that. Good shot by Scott.
That's actually a good few moves right there by Scott, because not only has he managed to get some balls back on his side of the table, he's gotten some balls back down table, and he hasn't really given Dennis a shot that much to try to get that 8th ball in.
So yeah, Dennis just trying to bank the ball
Dennis
back
trying
out
to
of
get it
play.
back up there.
Get the cue ball down here on the end rail.
But at this point, he just needs Scott to make one mistake here, give him a shot at a ball again so he can get his ball.
I think Scott's going to try to do whatever he can to extend the game.
Yeah.
You know, looking at the 9 ball straight back. He doesn't want to shoot looking at the 2 railer here on the 8. He's just playing it to his side.
Trying to get another one back down and play.
Thank you.
Didn't want that. Didn't want that.
That's no good for Scott, because now Dennis is going to be able to clear both balls, or even
I just can't clear him back out now.
he could.
Just trying
Can't
to,
really
just
tell
looking
the
at
angle
it, trying to
from
figure
here.
out how he can get him out.
Man, Dennis was looking to see if the 9 was wired in his hole.
Yeah, it was.
I don't think it is. I think it's coming low.
The shot maker, man, he looks for it. See, he looks for it.
That was very unfortunate for Scott, those balls tying up like
Yeah,
that.
because he wanted them off of each other right there, right?
Well, what he was trying to do was he took care of his cue ball, but he was trying to get the 8 ball under the 9.
Okay.
You know, kind of get some protection, force Dennis to kick. He might double kiss or hit the wrong side of the ball or something. It's a weird spot for Dennis here. It looks like he's might kick behind the 8 and try to play the 9 down to his hole. He's got to be careful to not leave a cross corner here.
That is a dangerous shot. And if he doesn't hit this perfect, he could leave Scott with,
Yeah, but it's another one of those
ball.
situations. Scott can't win the game from here, so.
Can or can't?
He can't with the
No.
2 balls up in the corner.
Not much. I mean, the best he could do is maybe miss and leave Scott 1 ball. So he's thinking maybe I'll go for it and get it over with. Maybe. He can't decide. He won't shoot until he makes up his mind, though. You know that about this man. And he won't ever quit chalking his cue.
Yeah.
He's made up his mind. Nope.
Now this is an interesting shot here,
Yeah, it is.
because if he does this, he's got to control 3 balls. I don't like this shot. But
Makes it, the game's over, and Messi sells out a ball.
I could sell out more than that if he sells out a cross corner. Oh wow.
Oh, wow. Yep, Scott. Yep.
You see what I mean, though? He couldn't do anything with the cue ball other than
No.
leave it in the middle of the table with shooting that shot. He got pretty fortunate that they
That's unfortunate. He makes his ball.
Scott makes the game-winning ball. So it looks like 22
22 to 17.
tied at 2 for the day. Scott is breaking. Looks like Dennis is getting him some adobo over there.
Yep. He was snacking the whole time, man. A couple Snickers bars. Fast metabolism. You gotta eat.
Dennis doesn't eat. He doesn't eat a whole lot throughout the day, but when he eats a ton.
Yeah. Stocks up.
Funny story about Dennis. He was at my house after Derby. 2 years ago, and I just got done having 10 guys at my house for 2 weeks, in and out. So they completely wiped out my whole entire house of groceries. So Dennis, we come back. We were on our way. We were going to go to Cincinnati. So Dennis comes to my house and he says, "You have anything to eat?" I said, "I don't really have much." And he said, "Do you have a loaf of bread?" And I said, "Well, yeah, I have a loaf of bread, but I don't have any lunch meat, or I don't have any peanut butter or anything like that to put on." He said, "No, loaf of bread's fine." So he literally gets a full loaf of bread, eats the whole loaf, and then we go to eat an hour later, and he orders 2 entrees. So a little bitty guy like that, he can put down some food when he goes at it.
Sounds typical of small guys like that. They're really the small guys with those active metabolisms like that can eat a lot.
Looks like they mixed up the score there a little bit, and Dennis wanted to get it right.
Yep. He was used to day one. The first 2 days, they had it on the other side for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm not really switched. They switched the names on the scoreboard.
Yep.
But I think it came down to, I think Scott wanted to switch sides where he was sitting, because he was so, when he would get done with the shot, he would come back and he would talk to his corner, and I think he was trying to protect himself from himself. If he doesn't have anybody to complain to, he's got to keep all that inside, and it's easier for him to get rid of. So
yeah.
Ricky, your food's up.
yeah, it looks like we're gonna see Dennis maybe do something with this 9-ball. Either just play off the inside of the 9-ball and float down toward Scott's pocket. He was looking at the stack there. So he had something. Or he could bank the 9-ball into the stack and take the cue ball up in the top left-hand corner and leave Scott doubled up. That's exactly what he did. But he left Scott a lot of room to cue there. He stole that shot right out of Scott Frost's DVD, Power 1 pocket. And Scott got pretty fortunate there. Double kiss. He goes an inch lower, inch higher. He sells out the 1 ball and potentially the game. This is off of Scott's break too. Scott really has to bear down and make sure he takes care of all of his breaks today.
It's really important to control your break in one pocket, obviously.
Yeah, I mean it's almost like the serve in tennis, maybe even more valuable.
And explain to me why that is. What makes it so valuable? Because you're taking the first initial shot, so you're pushing the balls towards your pocket.
You're pushing the balls towards your pocket, and then you also have the advantage of the stack as a blocker. So that's what I always say. The most interesting and the best shot and pull in my mind is the shot right after the break. How does a player reverse the break?
Okay.
This is a defense mechanism we've seen Dennis use over and over and over. Is anytime Scott gets a ball low, he's using that ball as a blocker. Yeah. And his cue ball's so good, he
just gets right up on it.
For a lot of people, it's a risky shot because they could come a little bit, too hard and sell that ball out. Or if they bounce a little bit, they leave it across corner. But he always freezes the ball to the end rail and to the ball. It's like.
Keep her out.
Scott kicked on the wrong side of that ball there. Cue ball drifted up a little bit, and I think we're going to see Dennis shoot at this 5 ball. I mean, it's no bargain, but it's the first thing he looked at. He's looking at his other options here. Dennis has pretty much been settling on the shot, though. He's moving when he has to, but when he gets any opening, he's just taking full advantage of his, shot-making ability.
Killer instinct, man.
Yeah, I mean, he makes his ball and he gets into the stack the right way. He can be out here.
Look out! It just took a few bites of
food,
man.
And he drilled it, but he got a little unfortunate. He's not going to be able to make another ball here.
No.
Had frozen to the 13 ball. He's looking at the 1. If the 1 banks, Dennis isn't going to like this. He was trying to run the cue ball up the rail into the 11 ball, banking the 1 ball into the bottom of I think it's the 13 ball down here close to Scott's pocket. And he was trying to run the cue ball up into the 11, and maybe just struck the ball a little firm, leaving Scott with an opening. And Scott has to feel good about this. Looking like he had a chance of losing the rack. And now he gets a shot the very next inning. And Scott puts it down. He's not going to get much out of it, though. He's going to be doubled up here. The 7 ball doesn't go. So he's going to have to play the combo. Yeah, Scott's pretty frustrated there.
Yeah, he's starting to get a little frustrated with couple rolls he's been getting here for sure.
But that wasn't easy because he was playing he was playing shape off of a ball.
Yeah.
And it just took a little more. But if he doesn't hit hard at all, he doesn't hit hard enough, the worst thing he can do is come short. So I mean, he still has options here.
He's got to definitely be careful though, because Dennis got 2 balls in the jaws.
Here's a fairly decent shot is he can play the 6 ball and try to play the 6 ball to his hole, pocket the 10. Or you just bear down and shoot the combo. But
shoots a combo, he could sell out more than 1 ball though. Right?
You got a little bit. Oh well, yeah. I mean, he could lose the rack if he doesn't make it. So I think he's looking at wedging into the 10 here. But he doesn't like that either. The 10 ball's a little close to the long rail for him to do that. That 10 ball was just a little bit more to the left. He could do that, but it's so close.
Okay.
He's worried about hitting the titty. Yeah, big mistake there from Scott.
Alan, your food's up.
Oh wow! Now Dennis has nothing.
Nothing at all.
Well, I mean, you look at how he's going to have to cue. Even if he has the 6 ball, he's going to have to get the bridge out because that's in the middle of the table. He's not going to be able to reach. He's going to have to come from the end of the table.
He can. I think he can hit the 6 ball, but he can't make it.
I don't think he can make the 6.
No, he can't make it.
Now he's got himself in a trap here. We'll see what he does. He's going for the bridge. So yeah, I mean, this is 2 times to the table we've seen Dennis with a shot, and he's come out with 2 balls.
Eating.
It's very rare. It looks like he's trying to kick 2 rails up in the top left-hand corner.
Eating.
So now Dennis has 1 ball. He had to take a foul there, so he didn't gain anything by with a ball laying in the hole and 5 balls in play.
That's not a bad turnout for Scott.
No, Scott's got to love his spot there. So, and you know, as the days go by, we're seeing the ball spotting get more intense. We're seeing the rack. We're seeing the use of chalk. We're seeing all these different things coming into play for these guys, and Scott really has to bear down and deal with the conditions the way that he has for so many years. And it's okay to complain a little bit about something, but to let it ruin your day, is not going to be the recipe for success with Scott.
No, he's got to get his composure, and he's got to keep it.
Yeah.
The up and down is just going to make it difficult for him. A lot of pressure, though. A lot of pressure. He's got his corner over there supporting him. Got everybody on the team, both of them. Big match. Nobody likes to lose. I love how Dennis plays in flip-flops.
This is a touchy shot here. He's got to avoid the kiss. He's been playing the ball out. Looks like he's trying to bank the ball into the 6. Oh, trying to play it off the bottom of the 7.
Oh, that's a creative shot.
And Scott's upset there. He was trying to get the 1 ball to his side. Good shot, and it goes down in the side on him. But it was really crucial that he had that ball in front of his hole, because now Dennis has a free bank on the 11 ball. It was very, very important that Scott has a ball on his side there. That's why it's pretty unfortunate that the ball went down. The ball turned on Dennis a little bit. Look at this.
It took a minute to roll over. A skid on him for sure.
Yeah, but the 11 ball came down here and got wired to Dennis's hole.
Yeah, it did.
So Scott's going to do something to remove that right now. We're going to see him play that. I think we're going to see him play that ball 2 rails to his side, and park the cue ball. Oh, he played a little more power shot there. like I said, it's so hard to predict what these guys are going to do because their knowledge and their
There's way more than what we can even comprehend.
yeah, and especially with the moves, Scott sees so many moves that are just so simple that you don't even see them. And Dennis just is such a freak of nature that he's going to shoot so many different shots that nobody else would even attempt or look at, just like back cutting the ball on the spot and different things like that, just because he is so accurate. Dennis trying to come back up underneath the stack there to protect the straight back. But Scott may be able to bank this 2-ball. Scott's looking right now if he can bank this 2-ball. He can fall down on the 6. It's a big shot here. And it looks good. It looks good.
Coming back.
Rolled out. That ball rolled out. He hit that ball perfect too. Wow. Yeah, he hit that ball dead in the heart of the pocket, and it turned out.
Bad. You can only see it bad here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sitting right down the line. You know, that's so crucial too, because look at this. Now Scott can fall on the 6 and come back up for the 8. He can get in that stack. He could win the game from there. Yeah, I mean, and
that was a good shot by Scott. That ball rolled out.
Dennis trying to protect himself from the straight back, put him dead perfect on one. Scott hits the ball great. The table rolls a little bit. You know, it's just part of it. Different things happen on the table, whether it be chalk get on there or whatever it is. But it looks like Dennis took a break, so I think we're going to take a little break too. We'll be right back here in about 5 minutes.
See that one, buddy? You don't have
I'm a friend of George Myers.
Oh, hi.
You
How are you? Thank you.
I'm Lisa.
Nice to
He
meet you.
says kick ass.
All right, thanks, Lisa.
Oh, sorry.
How do you like that?
Fuck, you
I
win
hit
the
a
game.
great
You
shot.
win the game from there.
It rolled out a ball,
Oh, I
a
know.
full ball.
Well, I said that's the first thing I said. He hit it dead perfect as soon as it came off the rails.
Yeah, we saw it coming down from there.
Yeah, he's got to switch back to his pocket. Sponsors. Okay. You don't need me.
You're watching On the Rail TV. I hope you're all enjoying this match. Scott Frost versus Dennis Orcollo for $200,000, race to 41 pocket, live from the Karen Room in Beloit, Wisconsin. I'd like to thank some of our sponsors for this match: Aramis Billiard Balls, Simonis Cloth, Divany Cues, QB Custom Cues, Omega, the alpha of billiards, NationalBilliardAcademy.com, Outsville.com, and Fast Action Q.
Rocket Rockin' Mars, and welcome to my DVD, Rockin' Science.
Looks like we're back here.
Both players took a break.
Yeah, and I think it was a well-deserved break for Scott after.
That was a good call.
But I think Dennis is the one that took the break, and Dennis here with a shot. Scott looking like he had an opportunity to strike and have a chance of running the balls out there, and the ball rolls out a little bit on him. And now Dennis has the spot because this ball does bank, and he didn't make it. Yeah,
that's one of very
Scott
few
dodged a
I've seen him
bullet
miss.
there.
Yeah, he did.
That may have been a turning point in this day if Dennis would have made that and reeled off a couple balls, because then now Scott's letting the table get in his head a little bit.
He's using it.
But just like anything, just think about it. You have guys, they put all their weight on the table, they bump the table, whatever it is, all these different things that
Shifts the table, right?
can shift the table just a hair. So, or the ball's rolling at a speed to where it catches one of the tracks on the felt, or there's chalk, or anything can make a table roll off.
Not just
Good shot there by Scott to use the one ball to kill his cue ball underneath the 15. Very good shot there from Scott. But he's shaking his head like it's no good. Oh yeah, Dennis can kick behind it here. Oh, I don't think Dennis is going to like this. Oh yeah, he's okay. Look at that. Scott had to elevate and masse to get to the 15 ball there. Scott didn't want to do anything with the stack there because it is in his advantage right now with the 8 ball going to his hole. Nothing goes to Dennis's. So that's why you saw him opt to do that. Just trying to protect the 3. Dennis can't stand it. He's wanting to shoot this 4 ball straight back. But it's pretty tough because the 15 ball could kill his cue ball and leave Scott a shot on the 1.
What's strategy so difficult? Because he's got to look at both sides and make sure if he doesn't miss, he's not going to leave Scott with a shot at anything. You just always have to be thinking at this game, and to be able to do it for so long, for 4 days, I don't know if I could do it.
Yeah, it's pretty exhausting to come here and
just physically. What about the mental side of it? You know, the mental side alone will wear you out. And then the physical aspect of it. People are like, oh, you're just playing pool. Try playing pool. Try playing this caliber of pool for a couple of days. Go to a tournament and grind for 2 to 3 days. Go and play for 12 hours a day, 3 days in a row, and tell me how you feel.
Good shot there, good creative shot from Scott. He's upset that nothing fell. He almost got a kiss.
Yeah, he did. But he put a couple balls over by his hole, so that's good. This is a critical game here.
Dennis is getting out of this.
Scott's got to get this game.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's the opening that Scott's been waiting
That's
for.
the mistake Scott needs right there. Scott needs to capitalize off this. He needs to take his time.
You know, that's what the different styles and how they break down. You know, the strategy and the style for Scott is just keep applying pressure, and eventually he'll break.
Crack. Yeah.
Right? You know, if you keep applying pressure to a pipe, it's going to burst. But you know, Dennis is just such a warrior, and his shot making ability just gets him out of so many spots. But you know, I mean, if Scott has this frame of mind for the next day and a half, we're gonna have an excellent finish. He doesn't want to hit the 13 ball there. Oh wow. He was just trying to pull it back for the 13 ball. He's looking at the 11 ball straight back and what he can do with the cue ball, because Dennis does have the 9 ball by his side pocket. I think we're going to see Scott try to play this 11 ball toward his hole and snuggle the cue ball up between those 2 balls. He did just that. But you can't even tell. It looks like Dennis is just going to play the 4 ball and try to freeze him down the back of the 15. A little firmer than he had liked. I think he may have tied up the 13 ball though. Can't really tell from here. Maybe if we get the side angle, we can see if the 13 ball goes. Oh yeah, 13 ball will go. We probably would have seen a little bit of emotion from Scott if he would have covered it up. Shot in. Leaked out a little bit. Not sure if Dennis can. Dennis is in real trouble here.
Yeah, this is a tough game here for Dennis. Let's see what he can do.
like Dennis is going to try to make his ball off the inside of this one. He might be going all out. There's no banking out. Yeah, that's exactly what he did. What a shot by Dennis. But he could come up and give this 10 ball away.
I think Scott's going to go.
It's a heck of a shot. I mean, that's an unbelievable shot right there from Dennis.
Scott makes the ball, but he makes it tough for Scott to get position. Make this one.
Man, it looks like Scott is just so much more confident pocketing balls today.
Yeah, he seems determined today. He just needs to overcome these couple rolls he's got, and he just needs to bear down. Did he just drop right on that 8 ball? Can you pocket that 8 ball through there?
Yeah. If not, I think he can pocket the 13. I think, or the whatever. I think it's a stripe, the pink stripe on there. 12 ball.
Nice shot. Scott get out from here, you think?
Yeah, I mean the balls are in play here. He's looking at how he wants to get on this 4 ball. Perfect speed from Scott there.
Perfect speed. Didn't even touch it. There you go. Start. Get his balls out. Count them. They do that every time. They want to know how many balls they have, right? That's why they go down there and get them out like that. There's a scoreboard. So, yeah, Dennis knows it. It's a nice help by Scott. He had control of that game.
And Scott closing the gap here, 22-18. We're in day 3 here at the Cairn Room.
Wonderful Cairn Room. Got more people standing around today. Looks like being a Saturday, a lot more viewers here in person.
Yeah, I mean, it's Dave Coles. He just runs such a great room, and he's so meticulous. And it really is. I mean, I've been to, majority of the pool rooms, especially in the Midwest, and I can tell you this right now, this is without a doubt my favorite spot. And I'm not going to be traveling to as many pool tournaments now, but I will always make a point to come to Dave's tournaments because I want to support good pool owners like himself.
Well, yeah, that's exactly it. Because I mean, I can tell you, there's very few pool owners like him in the United States.
And Scott jumped up quick. It's like he's found something here in the stack.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. It's looking at it like he's looking at playing into the 10 ball here and making the 12, but he likes it. He's getting down in with confidence. He needs this.
Look at this shot.
Look at this.
Look at this shot.
Wow. That's
what a starting shot. That's like
rule number one. Rule number 1 when you play one pocket, always inspect the stack. And it's not only important to see if there's one dead to your hole, but also your opponent's.
Okay.
Because you can't just
like
go
that
leaving.
Right there.
Yeah.
He had that 13 dead right there in the corner.
And he can win the game from here.
Yeah.
What a shot.
That'd be huge. That's like
what just happened.
That's like
there,
your opponent in
Josh.
tennis serving, and you just return it right back down the line on him.
What just happened there, Josh, is that he had to get fortunate to come out with a shot, but he almost had to get unlucky to not get a shot. But he's bridging over 2 balls here.
He did push 3 balls over to Dennis's side, though, but he's playing those hoping to get out here.
Yeah, he's gonna have to make a tough cut on the 10 ball here, but if he does, he can fall back up on
the backside of him again.
Yeah, he's trying to get into those 3 balls that are feigned to his hole. I can't tell. I mean, I know that I think the 4 goes past the 6, and that's what he's looking at right now. The most important thing is pocket the ball. He's going to have something. Just got to make sure that he hits this ball clean.
I mean, Scott is playing this rack to 8 and out him here, isn't he? He wants this game. It's so funny how just one game could go so quick like that, but another one could take an hour. Gotta make this.
Look at this. He hits that ball with inside English, so it checks up.
So it kills off the rail, right?
Yeah.
So he sits right behind the 6.
The degree of difficulty on that shot when you're, you have to have so much confidence in your stroke, and
because now he's going to pocket the 6 and drop back behind those.
yeah, I mean he has a couple different options.
He's shooting
here,
like he
but
wants
I
to
think
get behind the 3.
He's probably going to play over for the. Not sure.
I mean, if he can get behind that 2, 5, and 7.
How many balls does he have? 3.
3.
Yeah, I mean he could play above the. I don't know. He might even end up opting for.
I think he's got
the
to play
bank on the 7.
I think he's
But
got to
no,
play.
he's gonna try to come back up in between the 3.
dangerous,
He's gonna
yeah.
try to come back up between the 3 and the 8, or he might even just draw it up.
Because that 2, that 5, and that 7 just sitting up there for him to get out if he can pick out one of these balls down
Yeah,
here.
he's trying to get
Right
on the
here,
3
right here,
ball.
right here. Oh, that's a bad roll.
He might be able to pocket the 13 ball though.
Oh, there you go, bud.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we're gonna.
Do the focus.
Yeah, we're seeing a different Scott Frost
See,
today,
right
ladies
now,
and
yeah,
gentlemen.
he wants
This is the Scott Frost that everybody regards as one of the best one-pocket players in the world, and we didn't see that day 1 or day 2 from him. And we're really seeing just like he said in the interview, he's a pit bull. We didn't see the pit bull in him. We saw him just whining.
Oh, and another one. And another good shot. In case he misses it, he leaves him no shot.
And just think of this, Josh. If you're Dennis, all Dennis did was break the balls.
That's all he did, and he's down 6 balls to nothing right now.
And with the balls,
Does he have another shot here, Jason? Can he get
Oh no, he's
done here? He's going to check it, play safe now?
Yeah, Scott's
okay.
just going to try to get a ball to his side and get him out of play for Dennis. But
I mean, because looking out from the outside in, Dennis just broke. He's down 6 balls to nothing. Now Scott has to play safe and conservative, waiting for Dennis to make another mistake and pick off 2 more balls to win the game.
yeah, I mean,
That's like running down to the 2nd ball before the 8 ball and playing safe.
yeah, we're just gonna see right now. Scott is going to be pushing these balls up table. He's going to be doing whatever he can to tie balls up, get them out of play.
Okay.
And Dennis is going to be doing the exact opposite. Dennis is going to be fighting to keep everything in
Put
play.
balls down in his corner so he has shots, right?
Well, maybe just not so necessarily in his corner. Obviously, that's the goal of everybody. If Scott has the opportunity to put a ball in his corner, he's going to do that. But I just mean he just keeping them in the open, whether they bank or they go or whatever it is. He can't have balls tied up, and he can't have them hanging in corners or in the side or anything like that. They see like that right there. See how the 4 ball and the 1 ball tied up?
Yeah.
Dennis has nothing that he can do with those, so Scott will not touch those balls. So now Scott's going to look and see what balls go toward Dennis's hole.
Okay.
And he's gonna move them. It was a little risky there. But very good shot. Look at his cue ball.
Right on rail, freezing them up.
And that's all he was concentrating on, was getting the balls up table. He knew the 2 was coming to his side. There's been so many racks in the last 2 days, though, where Scott has had a commanding lead at the beginning, and then Dennis comes with a miraculous shot and runs out. It really is. And just like yesterday, Scott was up 7-1 and scratched in the side and lost the rack from there. So, by no stretch of the imagination is this game over when Dennis is on the other side.
Yeah, Dennis is going to play him smart now.
Yeah, Scott's just going to use this 2 ball, and he's going to bring the cue ball back down here to the end rail. Nothing banks for Dennis. So Scott is that's a very good shot from Scott. He gets the 14 and the 7. They're blocking each other, the 2 railer from each one. They're not really in play for Dennis. That's what I was gonna say. I think Dennis, we're gonna see him do something with the 1-4 here. Nope, he's gonna make the 7 ball.
Better put him right behind it. Oh.
Yeah, we're just gonna see Scott just float off the. He had the spot one. He's just gonna thin the 4 ball and bring the cue ball back down here to the end rail. Speed is the most important thing on that shot.
You want to freeze him on that rail. It's his goal, right?
Yeah, and Scott really didn't want to do anything with the 4-1, but he was just forced to there. And, he had no other escape. He was frozen to the back of the 14 ball. See, Dennis trying to work balls to his side so he can get some kind of bank.
Okay. He's got almost all of them worked over to his side now.
Yeah, I think we're just going to see Scott cross this 7 ball and play it up table. It looks like he's looking at something else. He's just going to follow the 4, I guess. Play it up to his side pocket. He's playing the 4 ball up. Keeping the balls out of play is Scott's #1 objective right now. That way if Dennis does get some kind of bank alley or something, it doesn't cost him the game. Looks like Dennis is shooting at the 2 ball here.
Yeah, he's going to trying to minimize mistakes. He can't. Another mistake here is going to cost him this game.
Yeah, like hitting the 5 ball right there.
Yeah, because now Scott's got a shot at this 2.
Yeah,
I mean, he's got to shoot this 2 ball, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. It's a free shot for him. I mean, it doesn't look like the 9 ball banks.
Free shot, so he can shoot at the 2 ball, leave position, and not give up anything to Dennis, obviously, right?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if he doesn't hang in his hole, he could leave it across corner. He's just going to cross it over. He's not going to take the risk. He's got a big ball lead.
Okay.
Kind of surprises me a little bit.
Playing conservative, yeah.
He was worried about losing his cue ball and coming 2 rails up for the 7.
Yeah. Makes sense. If he misses that ball and sells out, Dennis can get out with the way down.
Dennis doesn't really have anything to shoot at right now, the way the balls are laying. And didn't do himself any favors there.
No, now we got the 2 and the 1 tied up.
Yeah, the 2, the 1, the 7, they're all in very bad spots. You see Scott remove this ball by the side pocket here.
Them all up table now.
Dennis just has to do something here where he can clean up. He can have some kind of bank alley. We're just going to see him try to come back down to the end rail off the 9 here, I guess. Yeah, smart shot though. He tried to play it into the 7-2-1, do open something up.
Open it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Around the 5 ball.
Yeah, good shot from Scott there. You see, I would expect we'll see the same thing from Dennis here. Just try to get him back up table.
Spotted up.
Notice his eyes are dead on the cue ball because he made the 7.
Scott will push the 7 ball up table, bring him back down on the head rail.
Oh yeah, Scott's just doing whatever he can to keep the balls tied up.
Okay.
Can't tell, he may have left him the 15 ball here, but he's not going to shoot it.
What opening is Scott looking for here to make 2 balls? He's just going to keep pushing balls up here until.
Yeah, I mean, Scott's goal is just to keep all the balls out of play so he can't lose.
Okay.
You know, if he loses, it's going to be Dennis making 8 banks. It's not Dennis making 1 bank and then running the balls.
Okay.
So his key is just to keep them all out of play. If he gets an opportunity where, you know, Dennis tries to hit a ball 2 rails or he tries to shoot a ball straight back, that, you know, whatever it is.
Okay.
Kind of like Dennis just made the shot a second ago where he clipped the 5 ball and almost sold out the 2. Scott opted to not shoot it, but that's what Scott's doing. He's just.
I thought that 2 ball was the window he was looking for to maybe pocket a ball. So what window is he looking for to be able to make 2 balls?
Well, I guess he didn't really like the angle on it because he was losing his cue ball.
Okay.
And if he doesn't do something with the cue ball on that shot, he sells out across corner if he doesn't hit the ball well.
Okay.
So his goal is he's just going to make him work here. He's up 6-0. He needs 2 balls. Dennis needs 8. So he's got to make 4 times the amount of mistakes if he keeps the balls out of play that Dennis does. Yeah, he definitely doesn't want that ball to fall. Not very happy about that, but it doesn't hurt him any. Nothing.
We're still at 18-22 Dennis. 6 balls to 0, Scott's favor. Dennis broke and Scott ran 6 balls in a row right there in the beginning. Got to check up and play safe. He's been working on the balls up table since. Scott will continue to leave Dennis with no shot. Get Dennis to make a mistake.
Yeah, and Dennis makes a mistake right here. See if Scott opts to do something aggressive here, but I think he's probably just going to play the 4. He's just going to play the 4 ball out and put the cue ball back on the end rail, I would think. But
yeah, I've seen him hit this shot a few times. He practices this one.
I mean, there's absolutely nothing that banks to Dennis's hole. There's no way of him doing anything offensive. Keep giving him an opportunity to make a mistake that kills him, right?
That makes sense.
So that's all it is. It's just a cat and mouse game here from Scott. Fighting to get the balls out of play, fighting to get the cue ball on the end rail,
move after move, waiting for him.
Just wait for the guy to get impatient, make a mistake, and get the 2 balls and get out of here with a 3-game deficit.
Not only that, but he can steal Dennis's break here because this was Dennis's break. So next Scott will break, control his break, and hopefully he can get this down to a 2-game lead. Is his goal here.
Yeah, I mean, if Scott pulls this rack out, he's down 3 and he gets a going break, and he's been breaking the balls well. I think Scott. Dennis broke these balls, and he found a dead one off the break.
He found the dead one on the stack, exactly. He made that dead one, that 14, and he made a good run of balls after that.
See Scott just wedges this ball and bring the cue ball right back up table.
Okay. Right on the head rail, right on the foot rail. Freeze him up. Dennis got no shot, but play safe and get no bank.
He's going to shoot the 8 ball, it looks like.
Make the 8, spot the 8 up.
Oh, wow. He could fall on the 5 if he makes the ball. Nope. Scott's looking at the...
Eyeing that 5 ball, maybe trying to make the 5 ball lag at his corner, end up down here at the foot rail again.
Well, yeah, he can get underneath the 8 easy.
Yeah, for sure.
And he sinks the ball.
With the bank, no,
he's not going to bank at this ball. He's got the 8.
Now,
yeah.
So just push the 8 back up, try to wedge it up there.
Oh, yeah, now he's at a much bigger advantage. He only needs 1 ball. Dennis needs them all.
For sure. So now he's going to. That was the mistake. That was a mistake he's waiting for Dennis to make right there. He got Dennis to give him a ball.
It's a free shot. And it doesn't include, a bank with any risk
Okay,
or
for
anything
sure.
like that. You saw Scott pass on a couple opportunities where he could have done something offensive. One was the 2-ball, and the other one was about 3 shots ago. Dennis left him a straight back, and Scott passed on both of them because he was in such a good spot that he didn't want to take a risk of doing anything.
So that was the perfect opportunity there on that 5-ball because he could
Left
make
Dennis a
the
shot
5-ball.
here, though. Yeah, he left Dennis a shot here. Now he's coming out for the 2-railer. I think we're going to see him 2-rail this 9-ball. Yeah. Andy buries the cue ball. Scott better hope that goes. Oh, wow. I guarantee you this, Scott wanted that ball to fall.
Yeah, he wants him to give that ball, so it's Dennis's shot now. Instead, it hangs up, and it's Scott's turn at the table.
Oh, so yeah, Scott's sick after that. He tries to play the 8-ball out of play, leaves him the straight back.
He's doing a real good job though, keeping his composure. Just gonna get
Dennis is hitting the multi-rail bank so well.
He's calling the combo.
He's hitting the. Yeah, he's gonna try to roll the cue ball right back to the 14 ball. That's cool. Well, now we're in for a rack because there's 3 balls laying here that I expect Dennis to get. He's gonna get the 7 and the 9. He's gonna play for the bank on the 15. The 4 ball's out. You know, he could get in behind the 4 ball. It's the 14 and the 2 are gonna be, but we.
Yeah, because they're wedged up in the corner, so
The one ball banks. I mean, but
got you.
It just really depends on what he does right here. He could even. I think we'll see him play the 7-9 combo and then try to get perfect on the 15 ball to get up and play for the 4.
The 6-0 rack could very easily right here turn into a 7-7 rack real quick.
Well, I don't think we'll see it this rack on that bad. Well, he's still okay. Still got the angle that he wanted. He wanted to be underneath of that ball so he could get up table on the 4.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a little steeper than he liked.
Just a little bit.
Look at Dennis just staying tight in the racks here. Gets an opportunity to make a straight back. Hits it. Falls dead on a 2-railer. Hangs it in this hole and sticks Scott to the back of 5 balls. Yep. Look at this. He can get a bump on the 1. Nope. So that's the end of the run for Dennis.
Yeah, it is.
So now there's 4 balls left on the table. Scott only needs 1. He just has to maintain composure.
He's still playing tight.
And he's at least got the 14 ball out of play. It looks like Dennis is about to push the 1 out of play. I mean, Dennis has to be really careful to not leave Scott a bank here, but that's why he's going this way. Going to see Scott chip the 4 ball, come back by his side pocket. He doesn't want to make the 14. That was a little risque there from Scott.
Just a little bit.
But, sometimes shots like that where it's close, you're close to doing something stupid makes you get back in the zone a little bit. He's a little bit shell shocked where Dennis gets, he gets out of there and gets a shot on the 8th and hits the 2-railer as good as he did. Dennis helping Scott out. He was trying to leave more distance than that, obviously. He was trying to get the cue ball back further up table, but without giving up a bank. shot. Scott not wanting to disrupt anything.
Cat and mouse game, no.
Yeah, Dennis is going to make the 14 ball and try to freeze Scott to the back of something. Yep, that's exactly what he did.
Scott probably going to kick at the 2 ball here, hang him up on it.
That or just thin the 2 ball and take
Just
the 2
thin
ball.
it?
Yeah, either one. I can't really tell by the way the balls are set.
For sure.
Or he could come off the outside of the 1, or he could shoot the 1 over the side and freeze him back on the 4. He didn't want the cue ball to leak out like that. And this is straight to the 2 railer. I don't think he can shoot it from here. Scott may have been tempting him to shoot the 14 ball. Make the 1, try to get him in play.
What does he do here? Make the 2? Or feather these and put them back up top again? I've seen him move these balls a couple times like this.
Yeah, this is a crucial shot here. He plays these balls very well. He's just going to cross over.
Try to push the ball up table, get him back on the foot rail.
Yeah, and he's got to be careful here though, because he could have left a 2 railer for Dennis. It was very important that he get the cue ball to the end rail on that shot.
Gotta get that ball out of there now.
Yeah, I think we'll see Scott kick here, but
Kick below it, kick it back up table towards the wedge.
yeah.
Yeah, he's thinking when he cuts that ball, he wins, but he's got to play safe
He
here.
might shoot this ball and the cue
think
ball.
so?
Yeah, he might. And the cue ball looks like the cue ball might go right underneath the 1.
He wants to shoot it.
Yeah, he's gonna shoot this ball.
He's going to bear down and pocket this ball.
He can't lose from here, so
That's big.
it's skidded
Skidded on him.
it's skidded crazy on him. That's unbelievable how bad that ball skidded. You see it just turn. Scott's pretty frustrated with the conditions here. I can't blame him. I mean, look at that shot there.
Yeah, that shot rollover.
You can noticeably see the ball just skid on him.
That one's
And now Scott's now Dennis is going to get 2. Scott had a chance of winning the rack there. Well, Scott Frost up 7-0 in this rack. Dennis has really battled back.
Yes.
A couple nice shots and a couple unfortunate things happening to Scott, but
He missed that.
yeah.
Scott handles it.
Scott's just going to 2-rail this ball out of Dennis's hole and put the cue ball on the end rail. He's going to bank this ball up by the other 2 balls, I guess. Now he's going to kick. I'm going to make it in the side. No. Yeah, that happened to Scott earlier on that same exact shot. He made the ball on the side and gave up a 2-railer. Yeah, I mean, Dennis can bank at this ball. like it very good. It looks like it may be a little short. Not enough gas in the tank. Hit that ball very good. I'm not sure if Scott can get it out, or I don't think he'll even take the chance. He's just gonna
put it in.
Just gonna pocket this ball and lay the cue ball down, I would think. Oh, he's going to dig it. Oh, don't want to scratch off of it. Wow. Dennis needs 3 balls. Scott's gonna have to spot one up. That's why I'm really surprised at that. I mean, to even be in this situation, now Dennis is going to take a 7-5 lead, most certain, or 7-6 lead, most certainly. You're up 7-0 in this rack, and then you're up 7-5. Just make the ball. Your up table game is better than your opponent. Just make the ball there. I really didn't understand that shot, but
he got pretty aggressive there. I think he got impatient.
Yeah, I think it has a lot to do with the skid on the last shots in his brain still.
Yeah. I mean, what do you feel? I mean, you feel the better play there is pocket the ball.
Yeah, just make the ball, and because so much can happen there. Just like what exactly it was. Granted, it was worst case scenario what happened, but it's a possibility. That risk is there. Just pocket the ball, lay the cue ball down. Now there's 2 balls out of play. You need one, and Scott definitely feels like the end game and the up table game is his advantage. So. And it looks like Dennis got on this 4 ball.
Oh my gosh, what a shot!
Scott Frost loses from he's up 7-0 in ball count and loses it once again. This is the 3rd time that's happened.
Remarkable.
I don't even know how that happens. How's that even possible?
I don't know.
You got it right on the button.
What a shot to get to that 4 ball.
If you're Scott, though, you got to just be absolutely sick. I mean, I can understand.
The ball's skidding on him. He's got him.
This is a pivotal moment in this match, though,
very
because
much so.
Scott has to keep his composure. He's noticeably upset. He needs to take a break, go relax a minute, get it out of his brain. Well, the players took a break.
You're watching On the Rail TV. I hope you're all enjoying this match. Scott Frost versus Dennis Orcollo for $200,000, race to 41 pocket, live from the Karen Room in Beloit, Wisconsin. I'd like to thank some of our sponsors for this match: Aramis Billiard Balls, Simonis Cloth, Divany Cues, QB Custom Cues, Omega, the Alpha of Billiards, NationalBilliardAcademy.com, Outsville.com, and Fast Action Q.
turn around like that. We back on, Lenny?
Yes.
Back from break. That was an interesting turn of events. I was just speaking about how Scott almost pulled a game out pulling 6 balls off of Dennis's break. He lost that game and now he's breaking. It's 23-18 Dennis.
Oh my God.
A lot of what ifs. What if?
Tell you this, Scott better figure the end game out very quickly, because up to this point the shot making of Dennis has been too much for Scott. Yeah, I mean, the end game every look at this. Scott has got to take advantage here.
End game. So for those of us that don't play a lot of one pocket, the final few balls,
yeah,
when they get the balls up at the top.
Well, the final few balls, it doesn't matter where they're at. Just the end game. If there's 3 balls left and both players need 2 balls, but just like that last game, that was an end game, and Dennis just to be able to fall on that 4 ball that way was unbelievable. But he should have never had the opportunity to do so. See, Scott wanted to keep an angle on the 10 ball here so he can
I didn't
come
see that
over.
outcome happening when Scott was up 6 balls to 0 that rack. I mean, he had control. All the balls were up at the top. He took a shot at that ball that skidded on him, and it all just crumbled down. There he goes. Get another ball here, maybe.
Yeah, I think he can make the 7 ball. He might just
try to run into the 8 and the 9 to
make the 15. But yeah, Scott has to get his emotions under control and just stay on the table. Look at this bank. What a shot from Scott. Bouncing back after a ball skids on him. He gives a rack away with the scratch, trying to dig the ball.
Step away.
Yeah, I mean this is this really does feel like a rack that if Dennis can pull out, the cookie may crumble for Scott.
Yes.
I mean, especially now, he gets the first shot again.
That on your mind worrying you?
The one thing is Scott has been beating Dennis to the shot. He just hasn't been as effective running the balls, and he hasn't won the end games when they get down to him.
Yeah, for sure. He had a good opportunity there.
I will say this though, Scott is pocketing balls much better today, and it's not even close. He ran 8 and out. He ran 6 the last rack off of a wired ball at his hole off the break. But he really does have to just stay in the game and not worry about who's clapping in the crowd or what Dennis is doing. He's just got to concentrate on pocketing balls when he gets up there, because he's moving fine. He's moving the way he always does. He just the first 2 days didn't pocket balls with the confidence that he normally does. Just looking at possibly shooting that 8 ball right here, trying to pull back for the 9. You notice how he tried to keep an angle on the 9 ball there, so he can come back.
Back up into him, or back around.
He could come up for the. He's got a. He makes this ball. He has 6. He could always come back up for the 13 ball here.
Okay.
And then fall on the 1. But he may just opt to come up for the 3 ball. I'm not really sure what he's going to do.
Yeah. 3 ball, a riskier shot.
Well,
no, not really.
A tougher spot to hit.
Yeah. But now he can make the 3 and maybe get back up above the rail, back up above the 13, and.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to make this ball.
That's rough. He wasn't expecting.
Look at this. Now he freezes to the back of the 13 ball.
It's okay. Shake it off. Gotta shake that off. And there's Dennis. Sitting in the corner with his arms crossed. Just cool as the cool side of the bed.
You know, Scott's got to be thinking to himself right now, here we go again. You know, I get 7 balls down and every ball's in play, and he just.
How can that not be in your mind right now? Like how he's got to do a good job of keeping it out, but that's got to be in his mind. He's like, well, I just did this.
He can bank this. He could bank this 1 ball, but he really does have to protect his cue ball here because that 6 ball. We've seen Dennis do it for 2.5 days now. Dennis, you know, if he has to shoot the 6 ball, and that's he will.
Yeah, he's not afraid to bear down and make a shot when he's got to, is he?
Scott was wanting to play just below down here on the end rail, but he can't do that because he leaves it straight back on the 1. I think you gotta go shoot this ball. Notice he overcut the ball just to make sure he got the cue ball exactly where he did. Very good shot from Scott Frost. Good recovery. He wasn't trying to make that ball. He wasn't banking that ball to make it. He was banking it to play
put
exactly
it down by
where he
his
did.
hole and keep the cue ball on. That's on the safe side of the table, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would say he executed that shot exactly the way he envisioned it. So here we are once again. Scott strikes first. Can he hold Dennis off? I mean, some of these racks, I can't even explain what's happening. It's just
got to.
It has literally been. There's been at least 8 racks that have happened just like the last rack in this set. Just think, there's a 5-game difference right now. If there were 2 of those racks that have been like that, Scott would have won. He'd be down 1 rack. Just 2. I mean, I can think of at least 8 that have been. Scott has had a big ball lead, and with the balls up table, and Dennis just comes with something, or Scott makes an error. But either way, I mean, you can't be giving away games when you're up 7-0 ball count.
You need to finish that game off.
Yeah, well, Dennis almost put one in his hole right there. Now look at this. Scott was no, he was going to be able to shoot the 4 ball straight in the hole.
Now it's going to get spotted up.
Now he's spotting the ball up. Wow, that's a pretty brutal roll there. But he can. I think he can still bank. I think he can bank this 2 ball. I'm not sure. Can't see Dennis is in our way. Yeah, so Dennis takes a foul there, and I mean Scott's got a straight back here, free straight back here. Well, it's not really free, but he might not even shoot it. He's got to shoot it though. He can win the game and lay the cue ball down. Draw it right back over here.
People in AZ Billiards talking about this match.
Yeah, I mean, you know, everybody's pretty much saying the same thing that I've been saying. It's just inexcusable to keep giving these racks away when you're up 6 or 7 balls. But you know, I mean, I can tell you this to my surprise. I've staked Dennis a lot. I've done a lot with Dennis. I've been around Dennis. I've never seen Dennis move the way that he's moving in this. You know, I mean, he's getting pretty fortunate, and Scott is, you know, giving him some opportunities and different things. But you know, the one thing about Dennis, and I said this the very first day on the stream, but the one thing to understand about Dennis, and he does this at every tournament he goes to, whether it be a bar table or a big table or 10 ball, 9 ball, 8 ball, it doesn't matter. He is the first person in the pool room, the last one to leave. But not only that, he watches what everybody else does. If Shane figures a breakout, then guess what? Dennis goes and watches him practice it and then steals it and then does it. So, you know, he's just a student of the game. He does whatever he can to get better, and he works harder than anybody.
Guess that's why he's the RoboCop, right?
So, you know, he puts himself in the situation. You can see he's picked up some of the moves from Scott just throughout this match, but his game and his accuracy is just
right?
something that Scott is just not used to.
You can see his game
fading
evolving
for 5 days.
His game evolving and learning as he's playing Sky right now.
He's putting on a clinic on these shots right here, these straight backs. I mean, this guy's just, I mean, he's not even human right now the way he's pocketing these straight backs. I mean, he hit this one a little bad, and he's going to lose this game. He's got Scott thinking about this. Like Scott's thinking about where can I do, instead of just pocketing the ball, is where can I take the cue? Is there a shot I can shoot and get safe? Just make the ball, Scott. Just make the ball.
That's all he's got to worry about. What's he worried about? What's he got to do?
What he's worried about is Dennis. If he misses the ball, he loses the rack.
Can't.
So look, now he's going to shoot the 5 and try to lay the cue ball down. I don't like those decisions.
Can't miss that ball. He's going to make that 11 ball. That seems to me playing a little.
Well, I mean, but it's you have to understand that you're playing somebody of Dennis's caliber, and it wears on you. You know, he's been playing this guy for 10 hours a day for 2 days. This is going on the 3rd day. You know, he plays horribly the very first 5 racks on day 1, comes back, battles back, is a 2-game winner on day 1, feeling good about himself, and then comes in here yesterday and gets spanked.
I just think he can pocket that 11 ball from there.
No, I mean, I agree with you 100%. But, you know, if he's worried about a skid, he's worried about this, he's worried about that.
Got a lot in his mind.
Yeah, I mean, the 5, whatever. I mean, I don't necessarily agree with the shot, but look, he wins the game anyways off of it. So he did exactly what he wanted. He's not confident in shooting balls right now, so he made sure that if he missed the ball, he still won the game. So you know, it's not a bad shot.
Worked out in his favor for sure.
Under normal circumstances, he'd just get up there
11, right?
and spear the 11 ball right in the hole. But you know, this isn't normal circumstances. Playing for a lot of money with a lot of pressure, a lot of people on the stream watching. He's struggling.